The good news about the technology is we get to talk around the world, and the challenge is we get to sort of work around it. So here we go.
Yeah. Okay, so you can hear me.
Yes.
It is so important to have community. Charles and I, and we had 2 or 3 other people of different religions that we used to meditate for a long, long period. I think probably it was like 20 years or something. It is positive. It means that it also gives me a home that I can talk to. I can share my likes and dislikes. I can share my problems, and I see that there are solutions with other people. So the community is such an important part of any spiritual group of people, because we can share our own stories. That helps us to understand more. But we are all unique. Is there any one of us that would share exactly the same thing? Just even when I'm sitting here and you're sitting there, the alignment of the energies of the universe are different in each places that we are sitting. So that means that every one of us is as important as the entire system of the universe. Sometimes I tell my students that sometimes they become hopeless and say, well, since the beginning of no time, we don't throw anything after time. But let's say at the beginning of time that now scientists tell us that it was a big explosion. From that beginning of that big explosion, this entire universe has been thinking about me until I am arriving at this point. All that information is somehow with me, because I'm not coming out of nowhere. I'm coming from this big explosion. So that universe that has been thinking about me since the beginning of time, it means that I'm worthy of being. I am personally worthy of being, and that is the case for every individual human being. And when we come to the monotheistic religion, when we talk about the one and only, who is this one and only that we are talking about, if it is not me, the one and only? So that is how important is this unique path for each one of us. When it comes to conflict, it is when we go through comparison. Mine is better than yours. It is when the conflict arises. Why mine cannot be as good as yours? Why I'm not as worthy as you are? It is when we become to say, I am better than you are. I know more than you do. My God is bigger than yours. That's when we have conflicts. At some point, we have to kick out the politics out of religion. And I become the one and only, worthy of being. The same way that you are the one and only, worthy of being. And why not worthy of being? Since the beginning of time, this universe has been thinking about you. And this is a perfect time that you have come into the manifestation, into the nature of being. So I cannot say anything about this more than anything about this love affair between this universe and me. The only thing that I have to understand is that I am loved by this universe. That is the most worthy part of any spiritual path. I am worthy of this love that universe has given me. Nothing has been thinking about me since this universe, since the beginning of time. So what is more worthy about that? What is more worthier than that? Nothing. And do every one of us have that? Every one of us have that. Every one of us is that one and only. The time that we come to war and conflict is when we begin to compare each other with each other. That's where we go wrong.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Angha. Thank you, Charles. And thanks everyone for being here, for connecting, for collectively managing our technology.